And President Trump is tweeting about GM this morning. Here is the tweet. It's rather lengthy. The reason that the small truck business in the U.S. is such a go-to favorite is that for many years, tariffs of 25% have been put on small trucks coming into our country. It's called the chicken tax. If we did that with cars coming in, many more cars would be built here. And GM would not be closing their plants in Ohio, Michigan, and Maryland. Get smart, Congress. Also, the countries that send us cars have taken advantage of the U.S. for decades. The president has great power on this issue. Because of the GM event, it is being studied now. And look who's here. The State Treasurer of the great state of Ohio, Josh Mandel, here with us in New York City. Josh, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Stuart. Good to be on.
Are you mad at GM, you guys in Ohio?
We are. We're angry.
You are, aren't you?
More so than the anger towards them, we're just sad for the people in the Youngstown area. I mean, this is a very hard-hit part of Ohio and America. This is the corridor between Youngstown and Pittsburgh that got killed when steel companies went away throughout the 70s and 80s.
It's really going to hurt you.
It's going to hurt bad. And these are good people. These are good Midwest, modest people. And so I hope as soon as possible, first, President Trump gets to Youngstown, looks the workers in the eye and tells them he's going to fight like hell for their jobs. And then when he leaves Youngstown, he should continue on to Detroit and sit there in the executive's office in Detroit and be aggressive and do everything he can to save the jobs there in the Youngstown area.
So as the state treasurer of Ohio, separate from any jawboning pressure that the president can put on GM, what can you do?
Well, listen, I'm doing it right now. I'm out here asking the president personally to get to Ohio to talk to the workers and
but that's
get
all
to
you
Detroit.
can do. I mean, you can't take action yourself to punish GM if they move workers out of Ohio.
I personally don't have the constitutional charge to do that, but I'm doing everything I can to fight for those people and fight for their jobs. I mean, these are, when you think of the heart of America, when you think of gritty, hardworking, just good, honest people, that Lordstown plant, that Youngstown area, we call it the Mahoning Valley, that epitomizes the heart of America.
Do you agree with the other side of the coin, which is General Motors defending its financial interest and looking out for its own shareholders? You do understand that that's what they're doing?
But remember, they were bailed out by the taxpayers. I think it's very important to understand that GM came groveling to the taxpayers of America and said, come bail us out. The taxpayers obliged, and then now GM is turning around and killing these jobs of taxpayers in Ohio.
So you're on the political side of things?
I wouldn't call it the political side. I think it's the right side, Stuart.
Okay. I got one other thing. You're going to allow people in Ohio to pay their taxes with Bitcoin. Now, I know you're the first in the nation to do this. I don't get it. How do you price Bitcoin? Because it changes all the time. If I pay my taxes to you in Bitcoin valued at $4,000 a coin, what happens when I give you the coin and it drops to $3,000 in value? You lose.
Great question. So the state of Ohio is not going to hold cryptocurrency as an asset of the state. The way it'll work is the taxpayer will use their cryptocurrency wallet, take their iPhone, scan what's called a QR code. The cryptocurrency will then be transferred to a payment processor, a company called BitPay down in Atlanta, and then that money will be converted into U.S. dollars, and the U.S. dollars will be transferred to the state of Ohio.
Why are you doing this? Are you guys true believers in cryptos?
I am a crypto enthusiast, but more important than that, I think it's important for the state of Ohio to plant the flag and project to the rest of America that we are a leader in blockchain technology. And if you're a software developer, if you're an entrepreneur anywhere in America, come to Ohio. Come grow your business in Ohio. We're open for business, and we're innovative, and we're at the pointy tip of the spear when it comes to blockchain technology.
Okay. That's interesting stuff. Josh, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks, Stuart. Good to be on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.